Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Enigmatic Elixir. Holly Arnold was a brilliant chemist, known for her relentless pursuit of knowledge. Driven by a fascination with alchemy and the myths of eternal life, she moved to the Isle of Wight to continue her research in solitude. The island's quiet, misty environment was the perfect setting for her experiments, free from the distractions of the bustling mainland. One stormy night, Holly discovered an ancient manuscript hidden in the attic of her rented cottage. Its leather cover was cracked and weathered, and the pages were filled with cryptic symbols and formulas. At the heart of the manuscript was a recipe for an elixir rumored to grant eternal life. Holly's heart raced as she deciphered the ancient text. The ingredients were rare and obscure, but with her expertise, she believed she could replicate it. Months passed as Holly meticulously gathered the components, venturing into the island's dense forests and rocky shores. She procured belladonna, nightshade, and other rare herbs, and even enlisted the help of local fishermen to obtain strange, bioluminescent fish found only in the deepest parts of the surrounding sea. In her secluded lab, Holly mixed the ingredients, boiling and distilling them until a dark, viscous liquid remained. Holly held the elixir up to the light, watching it shimmer with an otherworldly glow. This was the culmination of her life's work. She hesitated only for a moment before drinking the potion. It burned as it went down, filling her with a strange, electric energy. She felt euphoric, powerful, and invincible. Days turned into weeks, and Holly marveled at the changes in her body. Her skin became smoother, her vision sharper, and her strength unparalleled. She seemed immune to illness and injury. Yet, as time passed, she began to notice peculiar side effects. Shadows flickered at the edge of her vision, and she heard whispers in the silence. She dismissed these as figments of her imagination, but the phenomena grew more persistent and sinister. One night, while reading in her study, Holly felt a sharp pain in her chest. She gasped, clutching at her heart, and the room spun around her. She stumbled to the mirror and screamed. Her reflection showed not a youthful woman, but a twisted, decayed figure, her skin gray and eyes hollow. Panicking, she turned away, only to find herself surrounded by the phantoms of those who had come before her, previous victims of the elixir, their faces contorted in agony. Desperate, Holly tried to reverse the effects. She pored over her notes, seeking a counter potion, but the whispers grew louder, mocking her efforts. The spirits revealed the elixir's true nature. It didn't grant eternal life, but trapped the soul in an eternal state of decay and torment. The island's legends had twisted the truth, and Holly was now ensnared in a curse centuries old. Time was running out. Holly's body continued to deteriorate, her strength waning with each passing day. She sought help from local scholars and historians, but they offered no solutions, only grim confirmations of her fate. Her once brilliant mind grew clouded, and she was plagued by horrifying visions. In a final, desperate attempt, Holly decided to confront the source of the curse. The manuscript hinted at an ancient crypt hidden beneath the island where the first alchemist had created the elixir. With the phantoms as her reluctant guides, she ventured into the depths of the island's caverns. The air grew thick with the stench of decay, and the walls seemed to pulse with a malevolent life. At the heart of the crypt, she found a stone altar covered in arcane symbols. A withered skeleton lay upon it, clutching a vial similar to the one she had crafted. Holly realized this was the originator of the elixir, a warning she had failed to heed. With trembling hands, she smashed the vial and recited a purification chant from the manuscript. The crypt shuddered, and the spirits screamed in unison. Holly collapsed, feeling the curse lifting from her soul. When she awoke, she was outside, the morning sun warming her face. Her body was weak but alive, free from the torment of the elixir. She had narrowly escaped an eternity of suffering, but the experience had left her forever changed. Holly returned to her cottage, burning the manuscript and all her notes. She vowed to never dabble in such dark arts again, dedicating her life to more benevolent pursuits. The Isle of Wight's peaceful facade belied the horrors she had faced, but it was now her sanctuary, a place of healing and redemption. The elixir's secret was buried once more, but the island's whispers continued, a reminder of the dark knowledge lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover it. Holly's return to normalcy was anything but simple. Though she had destroyed her notes and vowed to abandon her quest for eternal life, the shadows of her past actions lingered. The Isle of Wight, with its rolling mists and ancient forests, held on to secrets, and some of those secrets seemed unwilling to let Holly go. Months passed, and Holly's health slowly improved. She threw herself into more conventional chemistry, working on medicines and treatments to aid the local community. However, strange occurrences continued to haunt her. At night, she would wake to find her room filled with a cold, unnatural chill. Her dreams were plagued by images of the decaying phantoms, their eyes hollow, their whispers incessant. One evening, as Holly was walking along the island's rugged coastline, she met an elderly woman named Agnes. Agnes was a local historian with a deep knowledge of the island's folklore. Intrigued by Holly's sudden appearance and reclusive nature, Agnes struck up a conversation. "I've heard tales about you, Miss Arnold," Agnes said. "They say you've been dabbling in ancient practices." Holly hesitated. "I was foolish, but I thought I could master something that was beyond human understanding. The island holds many dark secrets. Some say the land itself is cursed, tainted by the blood and suffering of those who sought forbidden knowledge." Holly shivered. "Is there any way to truly escape it?" she asked. Agnes looked at her with piercing blue eyes. "The curse lingers because the source was never fully cleansed. Destroying the manuscript was a start, but there's more to it. The spirits of those trapped by the elixir must be freed." Holly asked, desperation creeping into her voice. "There's an old ritual. It requires the presence of the one who created the elixir, both you and the first alchemist. Their remains must be burned together, and the ashes scattered into the sea. Only then will the spirits be at peace." She thanked Agnes and immediately set to work. Retrieving the remains of the first alchemist from the crypt was a harrowing experience, but Holly was determined. She carried the brittle bones back to her cottage and prepared for the ritual. On the night of the ritual, a heavy fog rolled in from the sea, blanketing the island in an eerie silence. Holly built a large pyre on the beach, placing the alchemist's remains alongside the manuscript and a vial of the elixir. She then cut a lock of her own hair and added it to the pyre, symbolizing her connection to the curse. As Holly lit the pyre, the flames roared to life, casting dancing shadows across the sand. The air grew thick with the scent of burning herbs and ancient parchment. Holly began to chant the purification ritual Agnes had taught her. The words felt foreign and powerful on her tongue, resonating with a force that seemed to come from the island itself. Fire burned brightly, and the shadows around Holly began to shift and wail. The phantoms appeared, their forms twisting in the flames. Holly continued to chant, her voice rising above the cacophony. One by one, the spirits were drawn into the fire, the anguished cries merging into a single, haunting wail. As the last spirit entered the flames, the fire blazed higher than ever, then suddenly extinguished, leaving only smoldering ashes. Holly collected the ashes and walked to the edge of the shore. The sea was calm, reflecting the moonlight like a mirror. She scattered the ashes into the water, whispering a final farewell. The air around her seemed to lighten, and for the first time in months Holly felt a deep sense of peace. The phantoms were gone, their spirits freed from the curse of the elixir. Holly stood by the water's edge, letting the cool sea breeze wash over her. In the following days, Holly noticed a profound change in the island. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a serene calm. Her dreams became peaceful, and the whispers that had once haunted her were silent. Holly resumed her work, but this time with a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to use her knowledge for good. Years passed, and Holly became a beloved figure on the Isle of Wight, known for her wisdom and kindness. She never forgot the lessons she had learned or the price she had paid for her curiosity. The island, once a place of darkness and secrets, became her sanctuary, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of redemption. The tale of the Enigmatic Elixir became a local legend, a cautionary story told to warn against the dangers of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. And though the manuscript was gone and the phantoms were at rest, the memory of Holly's journey lived on, a reminder of the fragile balance between life and death, and the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had or have a great day.